over this as quick as possible. Make sure people understanding what's going on. If you catch this on the replay, you probably got to fast forward to the 5-minute mark, man. I'm gonna wait a little bit, so people jump in. We can start talking about this. Anyways, how y'all doing this morning? I can get a sound check and where y'all at this morning? Y'all starting your day? Y'all working third shift or what's going on? DCR Trucking, what's up, man? Yeah, it's still early. Got three more minutes, man. Just see what y'all doing. Make sure y'all awake. I know it's early. I think I got a lot of people that's in the Midwest. Okay, good. What's going on, Roscoe? I think you might be a new sub. I don't know. First time seeing you in here. Watching channel. What's going on, brother? Headed to CDL school, Tampa, Florida. Okay. Salute, man. Salute. Enjoy that, man. Learn a lot. Learn a lot. Oh, we got some Florida guys in here. Okay. Yes, sir. Yep. Yeah, we'll wait. I'll wait about another minute, and then we'll start talking about this insurance, because I think a lot of people are confused from what I'm hearing and what I'm getting. I'm delivering to a Walmart near my house. Okay. You about to get off soon, ain't it, Watson? I think you run overnight or early morning or something. Got 5 people in the building. Usually catch the replays. Yeah, I try to do the morning ones. A lot of people like the morning ones, as I was seeing. The afternoon ones would be kind of hard for me to do, man. It's just as soon as I get off, man, I gotta get my kids, so it'd be kind of rough sometimes. Try to go live in the afternoon. Let's see. All right, we at the 5-minute mark line, man. We'll just go ahead and start talking, and hopefully we'll people catch the replay or catch on. But anyways, so what I'm getting a lot of Lean Trucker, what's up, man? You're busy man, yeah. But yeah, from my standpoint, I'm in a position of so I'm trying to hire owner operators, and what I'm getting is a lot of owner operators are not understanding insurance. They don't even understand the insurance they have. They don't understand what the insurance the carrier is supposed to provide legally with the FMCSA. But if you're an owner op, let's put it right there. We'll start at the owner ops. If you're an owner op just with a truck, you leasing on or whatever, most owner ops will go ahead and you should go ahead and get your physical damage. Physical damage and bobtail is the same thing. A lot of people didn't know that. Physical damage and bobtail is the same thing. Another thing you want to get is, and a good insurance to go get is just the physical damage and the non-trucking liability. You can go get that from OIDA. I heard OIDA got a good deal with the insurance or whatever. Now things are going to, like, depending on deductibles and stuff like that, that's going to determine your monthly bill. If you go get your physical damage, your non-trucking liability from OIDA, you should be good. Now this where it gets kind of tricky. What I'm dealing with personally, okay? So as a carrier, I am a carrier. I have a DOT number. I am responsible as a carrier to provide auto liability and cargo. I have an auto liability with my auto liability is $1 million policy. My cargo is $100,000. All right. Now people are coming to me on ops. They come to me be like, hey, I already got insurance. I got $1 million policy already. I'm like, okay, you must be talking about non-trucking liability. They're like, no, I got $1 million policy. I'm good. I don't need insurance. Okay, see, this is where we stop at. We got to break it up. Now let's break it down. Physical damage insurance covers the value of your truck. Okay. Non-trucking liability. What non-trucking liability is, they say they got $1 million policy. Okay, that's cool. Non-trucking liability is insurance. You're driving for personal use. It insures bodily injury and for the bodily injury in a third party. Okay, for personal use only. That's what non-trucking liability means. It says it in the title. Non-trucking liability. It's driving your truck for personal use, and you say you get in an accident and you hurt somebody and you're not under the load, you're just using personal use. That's what that insurance does. Okay? Physical damage is the physical damage and Bob said the same thing. Physical damage is it covers the value of your truck. Okay? Now, as a carrier, I have to provide. You have to get quoted for insurance on my policy to run under my DOT numbers. So auto liability is, it covers the individual that's in that truck and anybody that gets hurt in the accident or anything like that. Okay? Now I'm gonna say that again. Auto liability covers the individual in the truck and anybody else that gets injured in the accident. That's what auto liability is. You cannot get a quote for auto liability unless you have DOT numbers. Okay? Cargo. Self-explanatory. Cargo is, it covers the cargo. You have to get quoted for those two insurances. As me as a carrier, I have to quote you for those two insurances. So when you lease onto companies, they always ask for your VIN number because they have to run a quote. They ask for your VIN number and they ask for they probably ask for something like a copy of a picture copy of your driver's license, so they can run your MVR. They can run your MVR and they can run your VIN number, so they can see what they do is they get all that together and they throw it in kind of like a bowl, and then they come up with a number. The underwriters come up with a number. Okay, for a guy like me, with 2 years on, I'm about to hit 2 years under my authority. The numbers can vary. For the mega carriers, most of those guys are self-insured, so they can get better quotes. Okay. But a lot of people are confused with physical damage, non-trucking liability, and they come to carriers, especially smaller carriers, and they come to you and say, hey, I already got insurance. I don't need a quote for that. That's not. You have to, as a carrier, you have to have you have to provide auto liability and cargo to an owner-operator. There's no way for an owner-operator that does not have DOT numbers to get auto liability, a quote for auto liability and cargo. It doesn't work like that. Okay. That's why I tell people when you just got a truck and you're ready to lease on to different carriers or whatever the case may be, go ahead and get your plates, go ahead and get you physical damage, and go ahead and get you a non-trucking liability. That way, when you try to lease on to a carrier, the only thing the carrier is taking out is the auto liability and the cargo. And that's also tell people to go get your fuel card. The goal is, as an owner-op, is to limit the carrier from taking expenses out your settlement. You know, you want to see more of your paycheck. So if you go ahead and take care of that stuff now, that way, only thing the carrier is taking out is the auto liability and cargo, miscellaneous stuff like ELD and some carriers taking out escrows and stuff like that. But yeah, in a nutshell, that's how you explain insurance. This is what I'm dealing with right now. People not knowing the breakdown of what insurance is, and they telling me that they got $1 million policy, and yeah, you got $1 million policy, but you got $1 million policy in non-trucking liability. That's why I say when you go get these insurances on the ops, understanding what insurance you're getting, understanding deductibles, understanding what, okay, if something happens, your deductible is, when they say your deductible is $2,500, that means you got to pay $2,500, okay? When something happens. Some people are getting adding rental. I heard some things about adding rental and stuff like that. That's gonna boost your insurance up. I don't got rental on mine. It's like rental and something else. People are adding rental and rental, and then again, I seen somebody had a deductible of 0. Okay, now you got a deductible of 0. That means your insurance is kind of high. But if y'all understand, I hope y'all understand that. I hope I gave a pretty better explanation of insurance, because a lot of people are confused. And then a lot of titles, they switch up titles of insurance. Like some people say bobtail. Bobtail is the same thing as physical damage. Okay, I heard collision insurance. Occupational insurance is something totally different. That's like some additional stuff. You don't need that. But a lot of carriers provide that. Let me see. Let me read some of y'all's joints. I got OIDA. Bobtail physical damage pay about $670 a month. That's a bit high. Watson. That's a bit high. You must got something. There's something in there that's you got included. $670 a month for bobtail and $670 a month for bobtail insurance is a bit high, in my opinion. Something in there you got that's you might got a low deductible, or you might got, like I was explaining, rental, or you might got something in there. Let me see, y'all chit-chatting right there. Lean truck, I dealt with the same thing, man. They think having physical damage means no need to have auto liability. Yeah, see, they don't know, they don't understand what they had got. Insurance companies will tell you, yeah, you should go ahead and get this, yeah, you should go ahead and get that, and this and that, and but they're not really understanding what they really got. Like I said, a lot of people didn't know physical damage and bobtail is the same thing. But you got to get educated at some point. And then like I said, a lot of carriers like to throw in different names and different titles, and all you gotta do is ask questions. Don't just let the carrier say, hey, yeah, you need this, you need that, this, that. Actually get educated on what you're getting. Understand some of the things that you need. You can look at all this stuff on the FMCSA website. It'll tell you what you need, and what the carrier is supposed to provide. Now, another thing is auto liability auto liability and cargo, a lot of carriers put that on the drivers, on the ops, to get that money. That's called a chargeback. We need, some carriers take care of me, but for a guy like me, a smaller guy, I'm gonna charge it back. So what's going on here is auto liability and cargo. I run the VIN number to the insurance. They come back with a quote. I'll put the down deposit on it. We'll just throw a number out there. They put the VIN number in there, they run the MBR, they throw it in the bucket, they come up with a number. They say, hey, okay, this driver right here needs to pay $2,500. The deposit is $2,500. All right. So what I do is, all right, it's gonna be $2,500. They come with the quote as a monthly. They come up with a monthly quote, whatever the case may be. I charge it back to the owner op within, we'll say 8 weeks. We'll say 8 weeks. Usually it's about 8 weeks. So I spread out $2,500 in 8 weeks, which comes up to like $300 and change or something like that. It's a bit high, but it'll come down after the 8 weeks. Once the 8 weeks comes, that deposit goes down, and then you're pretty much paying the monthly. Well, it wouldn't be monthly; it would be weekly. You'll be paying the weekly insurance of the auto liability and cargo. If that makes sense. I wish I had some paper to explain it a little bit more. But once I get the driver, I got a driver ready to come on board. Once I get that paper, I can probably explain it to you a little bit more better. But as a carrier, I have to do a chargeback because I got to get that money back. Okay. Usually bobtail is under $500. Yeah, it is. I got less than a year on my CDL too. Okay, that might factor. Your CDL and the year of your truck. That does factor too. In Florida, insurance is crazy. Yes, you never want to get insurance in Florida, man. I can tell you that off the bat. There is a way. You might want to start looking into. There's a way. I don't know exactly how to do it, but if y'all go, I said it in the video before. Go check out a YouTuber named Hamlet Dubois. He was living in New York, and he switched everything over to Ohio. I forgot how he did it, but there's a way of doing things like that to get better quotes on insurance. Me personally, I never did it. I thought about doing it. Calvin Leak is another one. He did it too, where he lives in Arizona, but he got his plates. No, he got insurance in Tennessee, I believe. So you can ask him about that too. I got non-trucking liability and physical damage on truck and trailer for $230 a month. Check out First Guard out of Florida. Yeah, I heard about First Guard. I just threw out OIDA because they was, at the time when I tried to do it, I did get a good quote. But you gotta think about it. I've been doing this. I've been driving for like 4 years, so it's gonna be different from what somebody that's been driving for 1 year. But always do your research. Never go for the first number. It's just all about understanding, that deductible and what you get out of it. But do your research on that. Everybody's situation is going to be different depending on the number of years you've been driving, the kind of truck you got, and a lot of other things vary. Like I said, all this stuff goes to the underwriter. So that's how that works. In Florida too, true. Yeah, you can but you're on the op though. You don't have to get insurance. The insurance you got, the non-trucking liability and physical damage, you don't have to get insurance in Florida because you live there. You can get insurance from anywhere. I was speaking on when you got your authority, trying to getting insurance, auto liability, and cargo insurance when living in Florida is going to be very high. There was a guy, he doesn't do YouTube, he doesn't do videos no more. His name was One Ribs. He was living out of Pompano Beach, Florida, and he had insurance out of, I think this is how you say it, Pompano Beach, Florida. But he was he had his authority, and he had insurance in Florida, and he was telling me, he was saying how high his insurance was, but I think he ended up losing his authority, not because of the insurance, it was more so of maintenance. But he was a good guy, and he was talking about a lot of stuff about insurance in Florida. But there's a way to do it. I just don't know it. I don't want to drop, information on that. But I could look into it. But like I said, check out Hamlet Dubois. You're gonna have to look through his videos though. But he talks about it, how he did it. He was a New Yorker, living in New York, and he somehow got it in Ohio. I think he had got like a shop or something like that, and did it like that. But I don't know. Just look through his channel and look through his videos. But definitely, you guys that live in Florida, man, trying to get authority, I wouldn't do it. A lot of things, because I think what it is why it's so high. Florida has a high theft rate. Theft, and it's by the water. So hurricanes and stuff like that. That's why Florida is so high. You always hear about Florida, people stealing trucks and changing the color of the trucks, and the truck is missing and you never find a truck. Yeah, it goes down out there. For real. Y'all got any questions though? Try to explain that the best way I can. But it's always better on paper when you can show in numbers. I was on the phone yesterday, like 30, 45 minutes explaining this to a guy, man. He just could not, I want to also explain this too. I forgot. Guys that have their own authority and try to lease on to a guy that has authority. Or I want to say, guys that have their own authority and try to lease on. Now let's break that down. There was a guy that hit me up yesterday, and he said, "Hey man, you got a good deal going on, doing the $5,000 a week." I was like, "Yeah." He lived in my area. He was like, "Hey, I'm trying to get on." I was like, "Well, I didn't know he had his own authority." Come to find out, he had his own authority. Now this is something new I didn't know nothing about. So I called insurance. I was like, "Hey, there's a guy." I was trying to get more educated. I always call insurance because I want to get more educated, when speaking to people that's trying to lease on. And if I don't know the answer, I'll tell them, "Hey, I'm gonna call you back and let me get a little bit more information on it, and I'll call you back." Okay, so this guy had his own authority. He tried to lease on, and he what happened is I still have to provide auto liability and cargo to this guy because he's running under my numbers, even though he has his own auto liability and cargo. What will happen is either it's two things he will have to do. He will have to cancel his insurance, or he will be paying double insurance. So it doesn't make sense for him to do that. Either way. Now I know I'm gonna get people to say, "But hey, you have your own authority, you can lease onto a mega carrier." Yeah, you can, but the mega carriers take L's. When theoretically they take an L when they take on a guy that has his own authority and they lease on. They're self-insured. It's a big difference from a mega carrier, what a mega carrier is doing and what I'm doing. I'm a one-man show. Those guys got 10,000 trucks. It doesn't matter. They're gonna make their money on the back end anyways. That's why I said, when you have your own authority, why would you go lease on to Amazon? It doesn't make any sense. Amazon, yeah, they take an L initially in the beginning by bringing on a guy that has authority, but they're making a killing at the end of the day off that driver. Why would you lease on with your own authority? People are doing it every day, man. Guys that get their own authority, lease on Amazon. Guys get their own authority, lease on a Prime. That's what I don't know. A lot of people are scared of the spot market. Guys getting the authority and going to UPS. I mean, I think it's more so of a, they want to be comfortable. They kind of scared of the spot market in a sense. I'm not going to say they are, but if you've never tried the spot market and you're used to being with a mega carrier and you go get your authority, more than likely you're going to want to stick to that mega carrier. Because some guys are scared to go fully independent. They need that cushion with the mega carrier. That's just my theory on that. Like I said, I never leased onto a mega carrier. I have pulled loads off the load boards with a mega carrier, not often. I pulled a Landstar load before. I pulled I think I pulled a Snyder load before, maybe once or twice. Not like that. I think I pulled a Stevens load, but very rarely I will pull a mega carrier load. It never pays good. It's always cheap, and it's always a headache. I don't know. But yeah, Watson, that answers your question, man. See, it's a lot of things underlying. It's a lot of guys on YouTube that got the authority and they leased on the mega carriers, but they're not gonna tell you what I'm telling you right now. Outlaw 76, what's up, man? Appreciate coming through. You cannot have but one DOT on your truck also. Cannot have but one DOT number. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Lean trucker, the reason they do it is because they feel like it's the best way to keep their authority active. Just a thought process, a guy who's done it told me. The reason they do it is because they feel like it's the best way to keep their authority active. Just the thought process, the guy who's done it told me. Yeah, but see, you gotta think about it like this, man. We use me for example. I've been running the spot market since day one. Even when I was leased on. Like I said, a lot of people are scared to negotiate too, man. I don't know what the big deal. A lot of people are scared to open their mouth and negotiate rates, or they don't understand lanes. They don't understand. A lot of things varies with some people. A lot of people's thought process is different from mine. But I just don't see myself ever leasing on to a mega carrier with my authority. I just don't see the numbers. It's always better. I just don't see the beneficial of that, in my opinion. Maybe a couple times here and there, but some like outrageous numbers. Like T Hill, what T Hill's doing, he's pulling US Express. He's probably seeing good numbers to do that. But I got my own trailers. It's always, I'm gonna tell you this, it's always better to have your own trailer. You will always make more money than a guy that's doing power only. That's not a shot, that's just facts. You will make more money having your own trailer than power only. Sometimes you might see some outrageous numbers doing power only, but it's not going to be as consistent as having your own trailer. Yeah, man, they finished the dude already. If you could touch on the 750K car liability versus $1 million liability insurance for authority when dealing with brokers in A-rated versus non-A-rated. Okay, you're talking about, okay, let's put that out there. don't get 750,000. 750,000 cargo is the minimum requirement. You do not want to get that because a lot of brokers are going to deny you. A lot of brokers are going to deny you. You always want to get the $1 million policy. Okay. Now, second part of your authority. Okay. Dealing with brokers in A-rated. Okay, you're talking about A-rated and risk retention insurance. OIDA's risk retention. Now I seen drivers. Now I got A-rated insurance. I have seen drivers get risk retention insurance like OIDA, and they've been okay. I can't really speak on it. It's kind of a gamble. I just went with the A-rated in the beginning because I felt that risk retention was going to give me problems with dealing with brokers, with me running the spot market. There are some carriers like JB Hunt's. I don't think JB Hunt would deal with risk retention. There's like Landstars and I believe JB Hunt won't deal with OIDA. OIDA is I would not mess with OIDA when it comes to getting your authority. They won't let you grow. I think they will cap you out at 2 trucks. That's it. They will not let you grow. A lot of brokers won't deal with them. It's just very risky dealing with OIDA when it becomes with the authority. And I hope that answers your question, Mid-Atlantic. Get the $1 million liability. It will save you a headache. Do not mess with that 750,000 cargo. Liability. Yes, that's the minimum requirement. But you're gonna have a lot of issues with getting freight. And then I kind of answered the A-rated versus non-rated insurance. A-rated versus, you're basically saying A-rated versus risk retention. It says it in the title, risk retention. For example, risk retention, Lloyd's of London. Lloyd's of London is a risk retention. I believe that Lloyd's of London is a risk retention insurance. A lot of people get it. Oh, he about finished up right here. Let me ask a few more of y'all questions because I'm ready to roll. T Hill, if you have your authority, you want dedicated companies to email you on a daily. Facts. Lean trucker, that's expensive. T Hill, absolutely. I personally don't agree with it, but they look at it like if they keep their authority active for 3 years. But under Cooley's authority and then branch out and active that longer, not worth it in my opinion. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, Watson. I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna drop the jewels for y'all. Back. Stuck under my tire, man. Where would you put that? You going back? Yeah, stuck that damn chalk underneath my tire. Hold on a second. Wow, that's crazy. Some A-rated insurance companies. What are you talking about, Roscoe? Can you go over starting your business in another state while not living there? I'm in Florida, insurance is too high. Yeah, I just went over that. I really don't know how to do it. It was at some points I was thinking about doing, but you got to look into, check out Hamlet Dubois' channel or Calvin Leak. He could probably better explain it more than I can. But I appreciate y'all coming in, man. I gotta go get my paperwork. If y'all got any questions, email me, and we'll talk about it. Oh, better insurance companies than OIDA. As far as authority, it's a lot of companies. It's just a lot of things gonna factor. You have to do your research. You hit me up in my email, I can shoot you over some insurance companies to check out, some agents. But I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Y'all hit the like button and subscribe and share the video, man.